Welcome to tonight's exciting presentation of Bedford Varsity Football, brought to you by Kicking Mule Productions. We'll be back in just a moment with tonight's pregame show after these messages. You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football on YouTube.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You taught me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
54, so it's too late to start saving for retirement, right?
Not right. Starting to save, even in your 50s, can really make a difference.
Right now, saving seems hard to wrap my head around.
AARP makes it easy. Go to aceyourretirement.org and chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach. It's free and only takes 3 minutes.
I like 3 minutes.
Answer some questions and get personalized tips to help boost your retirement savings.
Thanks.
Just head to aceyourretirement.org. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, it's time for today's STEM tip. Want to know how to make your selfies even better? Okay, let's use science. The best time for photos is golden hour. That's the moment right before the sun sets, when the atmosphere scatters blue and violet wavelengths, making perfect, soft, and golden selfie light to show off that beautiful face of yours. Click. Check out Chic and STEM for more inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
To your children's eyes to see the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide through this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to tonight's pregame show presented by Kicking Mule Productions. Let's head up to the stadium for in-depth analysis and insight in tonight's exciting football matchup with your host, Dan Rod.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bedford Community Stadium, Grogan's Town Field. My name is Dan Roth, and I have the play-by-play and color tonight. Dustin Kress is out of the office this evening, so you got me. Welcome, and thanks for tuning in. Tonight's game between the Bedford Kicking Mules and the Dexter Dreadnaughts kicks off here in about 11 minutes and change. And we are going to have the entire coverage of this evening's activities. Tonight is a whiteout night here in Bedford, and the student section embracing it boldly as they tend to do with events like this. Always plenty of enthusiasm for the themes here, and then also the community starting to get into it. And then it's also Veterans Night here at Bedford Community Stadium. Right now, a parade of veterans and active duty military who is here today is coming out on the track to be honored and recognized for their service. And the crowd does stand up and provide an applause for this group of veterans. VFW Hall leading with the color and really just seeing a lot of positive attitude. Student section, they broke out an American flag because America. Anyways, we will have more about the game tonight here in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Kicking Mule Radio.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Bedford Community Stadium, Grogan's Town Field. My name is Dan Roth here, getting ready for the start of tonight's Bedford Varsity football game between the Bedford Kicking Mules and the Dexter Dreadnaughts. Bedford winning their competition last week against Ann Arbor, and it wasn't much of a close battle. Bedford carrying that one the entire way from first whistle to the end. Dexter also having a great performance against their competition last week. So we do have teams here that, as I understand it, undefeated at this point. So somebody going to be coming home with their first L tonight. Bedford last week, as I said, against Ann Arbor Pioneer, winning that game handedly. And main things from that game that Bedford's going to need to look at, kind of your keys to victory tonight. First off, making sure to address the minor errors. Bedford had a number of fumbles. Most of those were recovered by the Mules, so no harm done in that competition, but that's the sort of game where you want to get those issues worked out expeditiously, because against a team like Dexter, you're going to run into stiff competition, and one mistake can spell the difference between victory and defeat. Dexter, they're going to need to make sure they do a great job of basically knowing Bedford's playbook. This is where they needed to make sure they spent time in film looking at this Mule team, given the offense that Bedford runs, keeping on the ground, running options. You've got to be able to get to them before they get across the line of scrimmage as much as possible, or limit the amount of damage done every time Bedford gets the football. So we will see what happens here tonight between these two teams, the Bedford Kicking Mules, Dexter Dreadnaughts. Right now, the marching band is getting ready to take the field to lead us in the alma mater, and then also the national anthem. The Bedford Kicking Mules, they are lining up outside of the stadium to enter in through the banner. And let's see what we've got here. Yeah, they are lined up out there. So we are going to pause for 4 minutes for the national anthem and alma mater. You are listening to the home of Kicking Mule Radio.
Look out, we're getting strong. The future's here and we belong. She can STEM, she can do more. Like build a rocket and watch it soar. Or clean the oceans and make the world a better place. Oh, she can STEM, so can you. Find a cure, invent something new. There's no challenge in the world that she can't face. She can STEM.
Learn more at She Can STEM. A message brought to you by the Ad Council.
You're not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now, it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I'm just texting him back. I'm just posting a story. I'm just changing the song.
No. When it comes to distracted driving, just don't. Sending a text takes your eyes off the road for just 5 seconds, but in that time, your car can travel the length of an entire football field. Any distracted driving just isn't worth it.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time. As in, spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
It's time for today's STEM tip. Okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Pa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceyourretirement.org.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Bedford Varsity Football, presented by Kicking Mules Productions. Now let's without saying your live coverage tonight, Kicking Mules Gridiron Matchup with your host, Dan Ross.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Groganstown Field at Bedford Community Stadium. My name is Dan Roth, and I have the play-by-play and color tonight. Usual broadcaster Dustin Kress is out this week. So, as mentioned before, this game is between the Bedford Kicking Mules and the Dexter Dreadnaughts. Here right now, giving you your weather report here at the field. It's about 77 degrees right now. Partly cloudy, but very, very partly cloudy, mostly sunny. And it is just a beautiful, beautiful evening here. Going to the coin toss, Dexter won that. They did defer, and they will be defending the eastern end zone. Bedford will start this game off receiving the football. Right now, on the field, there is being a recognition to a number of people that helped make this new field here in Temperance something new. Bedford traditionally running on grass turf. Now, this is no longer just a football field. It's a football, and lacrosse field, as there are lines drawn up on this new turf for all three sports, allowing us to kind of see the end of the old Bedford Community Stadium of olden years, previously used by soccer. Now it is used by nobody. So that's one thing that the Bedford Public Schools no longer needs to maintain at the same level as they did before. We are about to have our kickoff here. As mentioned, Dexter kicking off to Bedford. And kind of give you a little roster update on the Mules. They have about 4 or 5 players who are not going to be playing tonight due to injuries or other issues. talked to a couple of players. Caleb Kokendorfer is not going to be on the field tonight. Nate Gorman, Austin Mazzaros, and Avery Labadie all will not be on the field for the Mules. Right now, deep to receive. Trey Brueggemann for the Mules, getting ready to kick it off here for the Dreadnaughts. It looks like that is number 22, Nick Doletsky, here at Bedford Community Stadium. Well, thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you join in. As mentioned earlier, my name is Dan Roth. Right now, the referees are having a bit of a conference here in the middle of the field. Not sure what the holdup is. Nothing's really taken place to really much constitute this gathering of the zebras. Let's see here. Now they're adding more referees here. The Bedford crowd is ready to roll here. Whiteout night here at Grogan's Town Field. The students embracing it thoroughly. I saw them throwing around baby powder a little earlier. I know because I caught a whiff of it. And as at least one person in the press box noted, there will be no chafing in the student section. So, Coach Phillips now coming out on the field to talk to the referee. I am not sure what this holdup is about. Coach Phil for the Bedford Mules. Over on the other side of the line, Coach Phil Jacobs for the Dexter Dreadnaughts. Say that 10 times fast. As the conference continues there, Coach Phillips, as mentioned, led his team to a win last week against Ann Arbor Pioneer. Couple little early season mistakes for the Mules in that game, but they did come out with quite the victory. And the conference of referees continues. And it looks like now the head referee is coming up to weigh in. At the other sideline, I believe that is Coach Phil Jacobs, who came over to also inquire. He is now headed back to his sideline. All right, the ball is about to be put on the tee for the Dexter Dreadnaughts. Nick Doletsky ready to kick this away to get this competition rolling. And we are already here. Like I said, student section fired up. Crowd is quite full here in Bedford Community Stadium, seeing better turnout than we saw last week from the visiting team, where it was tens of Pioneers made the drive down. Here, Dexter's filled up the opposing sideline pretty well. Ball is on the tee, getting ready to get this game going. Kick is away. And it is a fair catch in the end zone by Trey Brueggemann. So the Mules will take possession here to get this first quarter rolling. And we will see what this Mule offense can do. Last week, as I said, we're able to move the ball pretty liberally. However, had a few slip-ups here. Handoffs didn't quite go as planned, but the Mules were able to recover a number of their fumbles here. Taking control here on their own 20-yard line. 12 minutes on the clock, and we are ready to get this one rolling. One receiver each way. Handoff up the middle to Brueggemann. Not much going on there. Maybe a yard. We'll see where they spot this. And yes, it does look like a yard gain for the Mules. Mules come to the line yet again here. This time, two receivers out to the left side, one to the right. Brueggemann in the backfield, and there's going to be a false start on the Mules. The defensive line just made a little shift, and it was able to bring the Bedford Mule line false start. That's going to be a 5-yard penalty, bringing the ball back to the Bedford 16-yard line. So that's going to make it second and about 14. Lucas Gerber, your quarterback tonight for the Mules to get this one rolling. As the Mules get the play from the sideline, Coach Phillips clearly expressing a little disappointment there in his emotion being displayed. Nothing uncomely, but definitely is very concerned about the mistake. And, now there's a penalty against the Dexter Dreadnaughts. I did not see what it was for, but now we are starting a ball now at the Bedford 26. So that makes it about 2nd and 4 for your Mules. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. 2 men in the backfield, man in motion. Handoff up the middle to Brueggemann, and he is able to maybe eke out a yard, maybe 2. We'll see where they spot this one here. Bedford really kind of going with that push it up the middle effort. And they are spotting this at the 29-yard line of Bedford. 3rd and 2 here, maybe 1. We'll look a little bit closer to 1 here for the Bedford Mules on their opening drive. Lucas Gerber getting the play from the sideline here as the Bedford Mules come up to try to keep this from being a 3-and-out. Gerber under center. Brueggemann behind him. Hands it off to Brueggemann. Brueggemann. It looks like it's going to be a Bedford first down, able to get to about the 31-yard line. We'll see exactly where the spot is, and they haven't quite moved the chains yet, so I'm a little hesitant to say yes, first down, even though the down marker has been switched to first. And they are now moving the chains. Bedford first down here. 31-yard line of Bedford here. Bedford on their opening drive. Gerber under center. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him. 2 receivers out to the right side. Man in motion. Ball is snapped. Handoff to Brueggemann, who gets past 1 or 2 tackles there, but is wrapped up rather quickly there. And we'll see exactly where they spot this. I think he got at least a yard, but maybe was able to pick up a second one. And yes, they are going to give him a gain of 2 on that play. So that makes it 2nd and 8 for the Bedford Mules opening drive. Dan Roth here with your play-by-play and color commentary, doing double duty tonight. So we'll see if they double my paycheck for this evening. I don't know. Bedford coming to the line here. Lucas Gerber under center. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him. 2 receivers out to the right. 2nd and 8. Man in motion. Pitch to Bedford out to the left side there. Was able to get around the corner. Picked up a couple there. Looks like maybe about 4 there. Excellent job there by the Bedford Mules. It's going to be about 3rd and 5 for the Mules here. They are on the Bedford 35.5-yard line. Gerber bringing in the play from the sideline. Breaking the huddle. Sending 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. Under center, Gerber under center. 1 man in the backfield behind him. That's Brueggemann. Ball is snapped, drops back to pass, rolls out to his side, passes it off, complete to the Bedford Mules, to the, let's see where they mark this one, that one there. Owen Probierski is able to snag that in. Big gain for the Mules. It's down to the Dexter 45-yard line there, so big gain for Bedford Mules. First down. 1st and 10 for the Mules from the 45. Coming off the field is number 21, Luke Davis for the Mules. A little personnel change. Gerber under center. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him. 1 receiver out to the right. Man in motion. Handoff. No, it's a fake handoff. Keeper. Gerber with the keeper. Gets around the side there. Gets down to the 40, maybe to the 39-yard line. Healthy pickup there for the Mules, about 6 yards. Down to the Dexter 39-yard line. Bedford moving the ball quite liberally so far. Struggled on that first set of downs, but were able to get that first down. Now they are moving the ball quite efficiently. A nice pass, and then that keeper there by Gerber. Ball is moving quite well for the Mules. Gerber under center. Brueggemann right behind him in the backfield. Receiver each way. Ball is fumbled on the snap, and it looks like Gerber may have been able to fall back on it. We will see what is doing here. No signal either way, so that will bring up 3rd down And Bedford losing about a yard on that one. So that is going to be a loss of 1 in that fumble. And this gets to the errors I was talking about earlier. Bedford needs to nip these in the bud. Lucas Gerber bringing the play from the sideline. Breaking the huddle, receiver each way. Formation that they've been running all night. Tyler Borst also in the backfield there, in motion. Fakes the handoff up the middle there. Gerber keeps it himself, drives forward, able to get it up to, let's see where they marked that. That looks like to be about the Dexter 34. So that's going to be a first down for your Bedford Kicking Mules. And your opening drive here. No score so far. Clock is reading 6:37 and rolling here at Groganstown Field, Bedford Community Stadium. Dan Roth here. Glad you could all join us tonight. The Bedford Mules break their huddle. Gerber coming up to be under center, has Brueggemann in the backfield, 2 receivers out to his left, hands it off to Brueggemann, and there's some whistle to stop the play. We'll see there is illegal motion by the Mules, so that's going to back them up 5 yards here. I didn't see quite what that was, but the play was developing nicely, but they stopped it most likely right before the snap. There was a little bit of motion on that line. I do not have enough evidence to accuse anyone of making that motion in particular, but the Mules losing 5 yards on that. So it's going to be 1st and 15 here for the Bedford Mules from the Dexter 39-yard line. Gerber bringing the play from the sideline there, getting some little direction from Coach Phillips. Breaks the huddle, come to the line. Gerber under center, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Brueggemann behind him. And then Tyler Borst off on the side there and fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, gets a couple yards there, looks like about 3. Looks like the handoff with Brueggemann wasn't quite as fluid as they tried to fake it. Slowed Gerber down just a skosh and was able only to pick up about 3 yards line. 2nd and 12 here for your Bedford Kicking Mules from the Dexter 36-yard line. Gerber bringing in the play from the sideline here. He's getting a lot of direction tonight from Coach Phillips there. A lot of direction coming from the sideline. So offense moves a little bit slow, but that's the way Bedford likes it. They use the clock to their advantage. The best defense is a slow offense, according to the Mules, on how they execute here. Gerber under center, Brueggemann back behind him, receivers each way. Handoff to Brueggemann, bounces off his line there, gets wrapped up rather quickly there. Nothing doing on that play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 12 for your Bedford Mules here. It's a situation where it gets a little difficult. That is way too far to kick the field goal, but it's a little close to be trying to punt it. So we'll see what the Mules do if this 3rd down doesn't come to fruition of a first down, as Gerber brings the play in from the sideline. Breaking the huddle. Bedford Mules come to the line. 2 receivers to Gerber's right, 1 to his left. Brueggemann behind him in the backfield. Ball snapped, pitched off, and they are going to call that a incomplete pass. A little slow on the whistle there. Was the lateral pass. It looked like it could have been a backwards pass. They were very slow to blow the whistle on that one. That's going to be, check that. They did call it a backwards pass. And it is a major loss for the Mules as the ball did roll out of bounds. It is now 4th and 20 for the Mules. Bedford is in a punt formation here. Ready to send this one away. 2 Dreadnaughts standing on their 10-yard line here to receive it. It's back, and it's going to be a keeper. Keeper. Brueggemann takes off, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and he is brought down well short of the first down, but definitely picked up a number of yards there. Dexter will take over at their own 31-yard line there. Brueggemann hesitated there with the snap came back to him. He hesitated to it, faked kicking it once or twice there, and ended up just taking off on his own. Big pickup of about 13, 14 yards there, but just was not enough because the Bedford Mules had 20 to go after that fumbled lateral pass that ended up going backwards. There was a penalty against the Mules, but it has been declined by the Dreadnaughts. So they are going to start their first drive of the evening here from their own 31-yard line. No score tonight so far, 4:12 on the clock here in your first quarter. Dexter is coming to the line. Looks like their quarterback here is going to be number 3 for the Dreadnaughts. Dreadnaughts wearing white jerseys, white helmet, and maroon pants. I believe that's the color. The Mules changing their shotgun formation. Snap is back. Handoff up the middle for Dexter. And
no gain on the play. Second down.
185-pound senior. So second and 10 for Dexter. 2 receivers out to the left. Shotgun formation. Snap. Hand off to number 4. Comes up around the side. Gets a number of yards. Gets the first down. But there's the
motion barrier. He's out of bounds. There's a flag on the play. Number 6, shot. Tackle for the Mules. It's a holding call against Dexter. Bring it back.
There was a holding call, and I figured that's what we see based on the that play. Located second back Dexter. And yard.
Well, once again, as they mark off this penalty, we do ask everybody at the fence, please step away from the fence. You are blocking the view of others behind you. Please step away from the fence.
And I'm guessing 18 there, 17 yards there. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Right goes into motion. Ball snap, drop back pass. Pass to the receiver. It's complete in the backfield. It's from the side. Dexter hits a big gain.
Second about by Shimowski. It'll bring up the second and 3, 4 rather, for the.
They're not enough to get the job done though for Dexter. It is now 3rd and
3rd and 4 for Dexter.
Dexter really running that shotgun formation tonight. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Bedford looking like they're going to show split here. Pass, handoff in the backfield. Almost got wrapped up there. And Dexter with a big game. Dexter getting ready for the punt here. And Brueggemann in on the Bedford 20-yard line to receive this ball. And Dexter looking like they're going to fake it there, but do eventually put it away. Brueggemann just lets that one go. Ball takes a Dexter bounce big time, and they get it down to about the Bedford 5-yard line. So that is where the Mules will start this drive here at Groganstown Field. Dan Roth here on Bedford Radio, Bedford Football Radio. And it is me flying solo tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Dustin, our usual golden voice of Bedford football, not able to join us tonight. So it is me here as the Mules get ready to start their second drive of the evening. 2:34 in the first quarter left. No score so far. Bedford then breaks the huddle here and tries to get something going here. From their own 5-yard line, 2 receivers out to the right for the Mules. Gerber under center. Ball is snapped. Keeps it himself. Comes around the left side, or right side there, but nothing doing. Maybe a yard there on that one. Gerber on the keeper. Faked a handoff. Not much going there. That's going to bring up 2nd and a long 9. I got to tell you, it's always intimidating when you're on the field and you are this far back in your own territory. Can't have any major mistakes like the Mules had earlier where they had effectively a fumble that cost them about 8 yards here. In this situation, that sort of thing spells 2 points for the Dreadnaughts here. So a lot of discipline required of the Mules here at the opening of this drive. 1:50 and rolling on the clock here in your first quarter. Gerber under center. He's got 2 receivers out to his left, 1 to his right. Ball is snapped, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, bounces off a couple of Dreadnaughts, and is wrapped up pretty quickly. It looks like they're going to give him forward progress to the 10-yard line, which should bring up about 3rd and 6. 3rd and 5, that is. Ball on the far right hash for the Mules. Gerber in the huddle with his team, breaks the huddle. Comes out here. He's got 2 receivers out to his left, 1 to his right. Brueggemann in the backfield right behind him. Dexter crowd getting rowdy over there. They're definitely loud. Snap, and the pass is considered backwards, and it is going to be another loss of yards for the Mules there. They are really struggling with that situation where the ball is just tossed backwards, not caught, and that is going to bring up 4th and about 13 from the Bedford 4-yard line. Brueggemann back to punt, basically at the back end of the Bedford end zone. Snap is back, kick is away. There is a flag on the field. We'll see what that is. Ball is received by Dexter, number 4, Cole Cabana, and he runs into his own man there. A little struggle there, gets around it. He's at the Bedford 30, 35. He's brought down just shy or maybe right at the Bedford 20-yard line. So Dexter starting with amazing field position here. And this gets to where special teams matters. Dexter with that beautiful punt that put Bedford on their own 5-6-yard line. And getting the 3 and out there, a couple mistakes by Bedford did not bode well for them. And now Dexter in a position of great field position. They start this drive here from the Bedford 20. 31 seconds left in this first quarter, and it is a false start for Bedford. That was what the flag was about. That penalty is declined, so Dexter will start this drive at the Bedford 20. Just outside the red zone here, it looks like they did mark it just behind the 20-yard line. Dexter at the line of scrimmage, shotgun formation. Reeves Taylor, the quarterback, he's got 2 men off to 2 receivers out to his right, 2 to his left. And then number 4, Cole Cabana in the backfield with him. And in motion, ball is snapped, handoff up the middle there. Cabana gets a good gain there, about 3-yard line. So that's going to bring up about 2nd and 7 there. Really, Dexter firing on all cylinders tonight. They are getting the receptions. They are getting those couple yards there when they do handoff, operating out of the shotgun formation. 2nd and 7 for the Dreadnaughts here. Reeves Taylor in the shotgun, 3 receivers out to his left, 1 to his right. Cabana in the backfield with him, and the play is whistled dead there for a second. And that is the end of the first quarter here. We are scoreless after 1. Dexter, though, knocking on the door. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Football Radio.
Morning, Mama. How you feeling?
Great, and I'm ready for you today.
I'm checking in on you. Morning meditation?
Check.
Dressed and ready to work out?
Check.
Check your blood pressure yet?
And check.
Boom! Great job, Mom. And about those gold earrings?
No, ma'am.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Monitor your blood pressure daily and help each other stay motivated. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best.
What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays? The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Groganstown Field at Bedford Community Stadium. Dan Roth here covering tonight's action between the Dexter Dreadnaughts and the Bedford Kicking Mules. Just wrapped up the first quarter. We are scoreless here. Dexter driving the ball, though. They are on the Bedford 20. And they have an opportunity to strike first here as we begin this second quarter. Dexter coming to the line of scrimmage. They've got Reeves Taylor in quarterback. Right off his right hip is Cabana, and he's got two receivers off to his left and two to his right. Ball is snapped, drops back to pass, pressure coming. Does not get the pass away. They're calling that a fumble. And Bedford saying they have it here. We're waiting for an official sign here, but Bedford says they have it, and the officials agree. Bedford recovering the fumble. Reeves Taylor went to pass, was not able to hang on to that football there, called a fumble, and Bedford was able to pounce on it. So Bedford getting out of a sticky wicket there when Dexter was looking at least 3 points there potentially. The fumble recovery saves the Mules there, remain scoreless. Bedford taking possession here on their own 24-yard line. That was a close one for the Mules. Dexter firing very well there. Minor mistake, and the Mules recover. Coming to the line of scrimmage now, Bedford Mules. Gerber still under center for the Mules there. One receiver to his left, one to his right. Ball is snapped, pitched to Tyler Borst. Borst throws it, and incomplete. Ball intended for Korzak for the Mules there. Going deep in the playbook there. Phillips trying to get something rolling for these Mules. Play like that can really inspire a team. Did not pan out, though. Could have been worse, though. 2nd and 10 for the Bedford Mules. Gerber getting the play from Coach Phillips, bringing the team to the line of scrimmage. He's got a receiver each way. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him. Dexter getting ready for deep coverage. Ball's handed off. No, it's kept and pitched. And 40. Bedford to the 50, 45. And a huge gain by Bedford. Number 39 on Trubisky. That was a huge gain by the Mules. Gerber pitching it. Sweep out the left side there. Major gain. That's going to light a fire under these Mules here. Gerber taking the play from Coach Phillips, bringing it to the huddle as now Bedford breaks the huddle. Sending, looks like they're going to be one receiver off to the left, two to the right. Brueggemann in the backfield behind Gerber. Ball is snapped. Pitch to Brueggemann. Brueggemann gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. Nothing going on there for the Mules. Bring up 2nd down for Mules. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Bedford Mules after that run play there by Brueggemann. Nothing doing. Gerber getting the play from Phillips, bringing it to the huddle. Bedford now breaks the huddle. Gerber going to be under center, one receiver each way. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him. 2nd and 10 for the Mules. Man in motion. And it's pitched again. Stilsky gets a handful of yards there. Looks like about 5 yards that they're going to give him a forward motion. That's going to bring up, no, they're marking a little further back there, it looks like. Play started at the Dexter 45, got to about the 42-yard line, so gain of 3. 3rd and 7 for the Bedford Mules here as Gerber breaks the huddle. sends one receiver, number 5, Korsnack, to his left. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him. Handoff to Brueggemann, who just drives it. No, it was a keeper. That fake handoff fooled me. Gerber kept it, was only able to get a couple yards line there, so it's going to be 4th and 5 from the Dexter 45. Now, it looks like the punt personnel are coming onto the field for the Mules here. They faked one punt already here when it was not quite close enough for a field goal and too far for a field goal, too close for a punt. Brueggemann, who is the running back for the Mules, is also their punter, serving double duty here. And it looks like we may get a timeout for Dexter. So, 4th and 5. It looks like Dexter may have been short on personnel there, and that's why they called the timeout. Coach Phil Jacobs for Dexter was clearly upset about something on his sideline there as he started coming out onto the field there before the timeout was called, I believe. Either way, Dexter burning one of their timeouts here with 10:07 left in the first half here. We are scoreless at Groganstown Field at Bedford Community Stadium. My name is Dan Roth. I want to thank you for joining us this evening. Dexter's now coming back out on the field. Bedford now coming out on the field. 4th and 5. Brueggemann back to punt here, but as I said before that timeout, Bedford did fake a punt earlier today. Didn't quite pan out as they hoped, but Brueggemann still picked up quite a few yards, a lot more than the Mules need for a first down here. Snap is back, and Brueggemann does punt that away. Kind of a short kick there. Almost hit a cameraman at the 20-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. And they are going to mark that at the Dexter, and that official just keeps moving forward. They are going to mark it around the Dexter 28-yard line there, so that is where Dexter will start this one. First and 10, Dreadnaughts from their own 28. 10:01 on the clock for the first half here. As Reeves Taylor brings his offense out on the field, still in that shotgun formation. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right, and Cole Cabana in the backfield with him. Dexter here, ready to start this drive. Ball snapped, handed off to Cabana. He comes out to the right side there. Maybe gets a couple of yards, and it looks like, yeah, they are going to give him about 2 yards on that as he's pushed out by Hall and a pack of mules. And I do see a mule limping here, coming to the sidelines. That is Gavin Hall. He's coming off the field, got a little hitch in his giddy up, as Dustin likes to say here. Ball is snapped, 2nd and 8. Handed off Cabana up the middle there. Gets close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it, and they are moving the chain. So that is a Dexter first down here, getting the ball down to Dexter's 39-yard line. Shotgun formation. Taylor takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Pack of mules come and put pressure on, but the pass is complete. Down to number 2, Brennan Parachek gets a gain of about 7 or 8 there, and it looks like, yeah, they're going to give him a gain of 8 there. So 2nd and 2 for Dexter here. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Ball is snapped, fakes the handoff. There's a flag on the play to stop things here. And let's see what the dirty laundry is all about. I do believe we may have a false start here based on that flag. And it is a false start against Dexter. That's going to back them up 5 yards. So that 2nd and 2 turns into a 2nd and 7 for Dexter. Dexter now at their own 42-yard line. 2nd and 7. They need to get it to the their own 49-yard line here. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Taylor takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops back to pass. Pressure's coming, passes away, pass is complete. Gets past the tackle there. Parachek picking up big yards for Dexter, getting it down to about the Bedford 26-yard line, and that's going to be 27-yard line. It looks like they're actually going to mark it at here. First down for Dexter. Again, knocking on Bedford's door. Last time they were in this position, they had a fumble here. Haven't been able to quite get it in the red zone or get any points on the board. 1st and 10. Ball is snapped. Fakes the handoff. Pass is away. Coverage not quite there, and that is overthrown. Pass intended for Joey Tesmer. I believe that was. Or no, that is number 9 there. Brendan Valero.
Davis on the coverage.
Dexter now 2nd and 10 from the Bedford 27-yard line. Getting some personnel moved around. Now an empty backfield here for Reeves Taylor. Got 2 receivers out to his right, or 3 to his right, 2 to his left. Ball is snapped. Pressure comes. Couldn't get to him. Pass is complete to number 11 there. Cole Darby. Darby gets the first down and then some. And that is going to be now in the red zone for the Dreadnaughts. They're able to get down to the Bedford 14-yard line. 1st and 10, Dreadnaughts.
Market at the 13, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Dreadnaughts.
Again, empty backfield for Reeves Taylor. 2 receivers to his left, 3 to his right. Ball is snapped, drops back to pass. Pressure comes quickly, but he's able to get it off. Gets it to number 11 again there, Cole Darby. Darby a little short of the first down. And let's see where they mark this. It's going to be 2nd and 2 for the Dreadnaughts from the 6-yard line. Dexter moving the ball quickly, running in that empty backfield. It looks like, though, they may be bringing number 4, Cole Cabana, back in to be running back. And yeah, he is in the backfield now in the shotgun formation. 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Ball is snapped, drops back to pass, fires it off again. Number 11 there gets the ball, and he's able to pick up a few yards there. Number 11, Cole Darby. Looks like he may have gotten the first down, but no, looks like they maybe marked him just a hair short. So that is going to bring up 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. For the Dreadnaughts here. They just need 1 yard to get the first down, and they just need 5 to get the touchdown here. 3rd and 1 from the Bedford 5. Shotgun formation. Reeves Taylor with Cabana in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Getting direction from his sideline. And it looks like Dexter's going to call a timeout. They saw something they didn't like, so they are calling timeout. We're going to take a 1-minute break here at Bedford Community Stadium. Your score is 0-0. We'll be back in 1 minute on Bedford Community Radio.
To your children's eyes to see the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide through this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
3rd and 1 for the Dreadnaughts from the Bedford 5. Shotgun formation. Ball is snapped. Drops back to pass. Pressure comes. Able to get it off, though, to number 2, Brennan Parachek, and was able to get it down to the Bedford 2-yard line. So that's going to give the Dreadnaughts a first down. 1st and goal for Dexter from the 2-yard line of Bedford. Coach Phillips now calling timeout here. Wants to have a chat with his defense here. Mules last week were able to get a whole lot of pressure on the Pioneers and that was able to kind of put a ruffle in their feather. Tonight, Dexter adjusting against that defense and are able to get the quick passes away. Mules struggling to cover that situation. Coach Phillips having a chat with his team. Got a score update from the SEC for you. Saline right now over Lincoln 7-0 as they look to do well this season. Saline expected to win that one by most people. As some have come to call Ann Arbor Junior has started becoming the senior. Dexter now coming to the line after that Bedford timeout here. Changing up the formation here. Taylor under center. Cabana in the backfield, handoff to Cabana. He tried driving it in, but he's going to be held short by that Bedford defense. They were ready for that play there. Cole Cabana, a gain of pretty much nothing on that one. It looks like they might give him a yard there, which is going to bring up 2nd and goal from about the Bedford 1-yard line. Scoreless game, 6:52 and rolling left here in your first half. Reese Taylor under center. Ball is snapped, fakes it, hands it off again to Cabana, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Dexter. It is now 6-0 in favor of the Dreadnaughts, extra point pending. It's very hard for a defense there to stop it when it's 2nd and goal from the 1. We do have a mule down on the field, and that is not good news. That is Trey Brueggemann, who's having to come off the field. He was able to get off under his own power, but he's got a little limp in his run there, so we will keep an eye on that situation. He is a big part of the Bedford offense. Dexter now lining up to kick the extra point. Number 8 to kick it. Gerson Herder of the Dreadnaughts. Kick is up. And it is good. Your score is 7-0 Dexter. 6:43 left here in the first half. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Football Radio.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back here. Dexter scoring on that drive there, putting them up 7-0 here. Bedford about to receive the kickoff. 6:43 left, 7-0 Dexter. Kick getting ready to go away, and it is up and over and going deep. Bedford gets it at their own goal line, brings it upfield to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Tripped up there. Borst, your ball carrier there. As mentioned, Brueggemann struggling to get off the field earlier, but now it does look like he is coming back on the field. They're going to mark that carry at the 23, so received at the goal line, brought up to the 23 there. Bedford, 1st and 10 from their own 23. Personnel changes coming right now for the Mules. Gerber coming out with the play from the sideline, and Coach Phillips. .6:39 is Bedford breaks the huddle. 6:39 left in the half. Going to send one receiver out to the left here. Gerber under center. Brueggemann in the backfield right behind him. And in motion. Ball is snapped. Gerber keeps himself on the option play. Coming up along the left side there. Able to get nothing on that one. Maybe a yard on that option play. Gerber kept it himself and went up the left side there. Couldn't find too much of a hole. Gained only a yard. 2nd and 9 for your Bedford Mules from their own 24-yard line. Gerber getting the play from the sideline there, and the coaching staff of the Bedford Kicking Mules. Breaks the huddle. Mules come to the line of scrimmage. One man in the backfield. That looks to be Brueggemann, and Gerber's going to have a quick chat with him before coming back under center. One receiver out to the left side. Man in motion, ball is snapped, handoff to, keeper Brueggemann, and pitches it. Borst, your ball carrier there. Maybe a gain of a yard there. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 for the Mules from their own 25-yard line there. 7-0 Dexter so far tonight. 5:23 and rolling in this first half. Gerber bringing the play from the sideline. Right now, Bedford playing the ball from the right hash as they march down towards the western end zone. Gerber under center, one receiver out to the left side. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him. Man in motion, ball is snapped, keeps it himself, rolls out to pass, passes away, and incomplete, intended for number 88, Thomas Huss. Just passed behind him, unable to bring that one in, and that's going to bring up 4th and 8 for the Mules. 4:50 left here in the first half. Mules send out the punt crew. Brueggemann in the backfield to send this one away. Faked the first one, didn't get the first down when it was about 4th and 20. This second time, he was able to punt it away. This one here, we'll see what he does with 4th and 8 from the Bedford 25-yard line, this far deep into their own territory. I doubt the Mules are going to try anything goofy. Timeout called by Dexter. That's going to be their last timeout of the half. They've now burned them all. Burned a couple issues with personnel on the field. Need to get some things right, just the play. So now the Dreadnaughts go into this drive here, assuming Bedford does indeed punt it away. 4:50 on the clock. No timeouts here for the remainder of the first half for the Dreadnaughts. 7-0 your score. We do have a couple other updates around the SEC. Monroe Trojans are beating Ann Arbor Skyline 14-0. And then the Saline Hornets now up 14-0 against the Lincoln Rail Splitters. So a couple updates for you here in SEC land. As the Mules still in their huddle after that timeout by Dexter, they now break that. Had a chat, I believe that's Coach Lutz down there talking to the Mules and Coach Phillips in that little huddle on the sideline. Mules now getting into the punt formation. Brueggemann in the backfield to send this one away. Number 4, Cole Cabana in the backfield for the Dreadnaughts. Snap is away. It's a high snap. Brueggemann brings it in, gets the kick away. It's a high kick end over end. And Cole Cabana catches it and keeps it and runs upfield. He's now across the Bedford 40 down to about the 35 there. Cole Cabana just breaking one tackle. Should have stopped him dead in the tracks where he received the ball at his own 40-yard line. Able to get away from that, get some yards upfield, and now the Dreadnaughts start this drive here from the Bedford 36-yard line. 1st and 10, Dexter Dreadnaughts. 4:37 left here in the first half here. And that run by Cabana, receiving that punt, put them in great position. Empty backfield for Reeves Taylor. Snap is back, throws, complete to number 2. Gets upfield a little bit, and he's going to get the first down there, getting the ball all the way. Looks like they're going to mark that at the 23 of Bedford. Parachek, the receiver, on that one for the Dreadnaughts. Empty backfield for Reeves Taylor, 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Ball is snapped, drops back to pass. Line does a great job. Pass to Cabana there, who also serves as receiver duty. Pass is complete, but not a huge gain there for the Dreadnaughts. Only about 1 yard on that passing play from Reeves Taylor to Cole Cabana. Shotgun formation again. Empty backfield, 3 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right. Ball is snapped. Checks his first option, wasn't there. Plenty of coverage there. But the Mules were not able to stop the pass. Complete to the 20-yard line. There is a flag on the play. Reeves Taylor doing a great job there. Checked his first option, wasn't open. Second option wasn't open. Went to his third and was able to get it. We have an ineligible receiver downfield. That's what that flag is for. So that's going to back up the Dreadnaughts after that play. That penalty is going to bring the Dreadnaughts back to the Bedford 27-yard line.
Could you get away from the fence, please, while the game is going on? Please get back away from the fence.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 13 from the Bedford 27. Empty backfield for Reeves Taylor. Ball is snapped, drops back to pass. Pressure comes, gets it away in time. He's got an open man in the end zone who wheels. He was able to reel that in. Cole Cabana, touchdown Dreadnaughts. Nobody in the area code of Cole Cabana. Pass was slightly overthrown, but he was still able to haul that one in and get the second touchdown for the Dreadnaughts tonight. 13-0 Dexter, extra point pending. Dexter student section on the opposite side of the field clearly fired up. Silence from the Bedford side right now. Kick is up. And it is good with 3:54 left here in the first half. Your score is 14 Dexter, Bedford nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute here on Bedford Football Radio.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Nick Galetsky ready to kick this one off for the Dreadnaughts, and the ball is up. Bergerman ready to receive this for the Mules. Takes it from his own 7-yard line, comes upfield. Tries to snap a pass, breaks 2 tackles now. He's at 25. He gets down to his 30 before he's finally brought down by a fleet of Dreadnaughts. Number 42 for the Dreadnaughts, Juan Morales Leverett, putting in a good effort there. Had he not interfered, Bergerman might have been able to get that close to halfway down in the midfield. Bedford takes this drive starting at their own 30-yard line. 14-0 Dexter over your Mules tonight. 3:45 left here in the first half. Gerber under center for the Mules. 2 receivers out to his right. And in motion, ball is snapped, fakes the handoff, keeps himself, runs into a wall. Able to get about 3-4 yards on that one. Looks like they're going to give him only 3 yards on that, though. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Bedford Mules.
We'll be on one play. It's a gain of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7 for the Mules. Gerber under center. He's got 2 receivers out to his right. Bergerman in the backfield right behind him. Ball is snapped. Hands off to Bergerman, who runs into a wall but breaks free of that wall. Gets a first down and then some. Just will not stop. Bergerman getting that ball down to the Bedford 49-yard line. Call that a gain of 19. Bergerman hitting a wall right off the bat there, but does not give up. Breaks free of that, runs into a tackler about 5 yards down the field, gets free of that, and just was able to churn his way down to the Bedford 49-yard line. That's going to light a fire under this Mules team. Gerber taking the play from the sideline and takes it to the huddle, breaks the huddle. Going to be sending 2 receivers out to his right, 1 to his left, under center. Ball is snapped, rolls out to pass it, throws it, dumps it. Oh, and it's intercepted. That ball is intercepted by the Dreadnaughts. Davis, the culprit there, pass intended. It looked like it was intended for number 22 for the Mules. So Dexter, after that big play by Bedford, will now take control here, starting at the Mule 48-yard line. Mules were looking pretty good, but then just, SpaghettiOs. Dexter ball. 2:13 left here on the clock. Dexter looking to put a few more points on the board before going in for halftime. Shotgun formation, empty backfield. Reeves Taylor takes a snap, quick pass to Cabana, is able to haul it in. Received in the backfield, only gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, so not a lot doing there for the Dreadnaughts. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 for the Dreadnaughts from the Bedford 48. 1:51 enrolling on the clock here. No timeouts for the Dreadnaughts. They've burned them all already. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Ball is snapped, drops back to pass. Pressure comes, gets out of the pocket, but doesn't get away. Mules get a sack on that one. That's going to be a loss of about 4 yards. Now the ball 3rd and 14 from the Dreadnaughts 48-yard line. 3rd and 14 for the Dreadnaughts here. Reeves Taylor in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ball is snapped. Hands it off up the middle there to Cabana. Cabana gets it. Gain of about 3 before he's brought down by a herd of mules. Bedford calling a timeout here as that brings up 4th and 11 for the Dreadnaughts. Ball at the Bedford 49-yard line. We'll keep it here for this timeout. 1:08 left on the clock. Very likely that we're going to see Dexter punt, which means the Mules have only a minute if they look to do any damage on the scoreboard, claw back a little something, because offensively this game has very much been in favor of the Dreadnaughts. 14-0. Dexter getting some great field position in a number of situations here so far tonight. And that has certainly aided them. Special teams, while not like the loudest story of the night, has definitely been a factor helping give the Dreadnaughts that excellent field position. But right now, it is 4th and 11 for the Dreadnaughts from the Bedford 49 after a timeout by Coach Phillips. Mules retain 1 timeout here for this possibly final drive for them this evening. Dexter in the punt formation. Brueggemann back on his own 15-yard line to receive this. Snap is back. Punt is away. And Bedford's just going to let this one roll. Dexter trying to stop it before it goes in the end zone. And they are going to call this down at the 1-yard line. So Bedford, the whole matter of the field between them and Pay Dirt. 56 seconds left on this clock here in the first half. Mules from their own 1-yard line. 99 yards to go, 56 seconds to do it. Bedford offense generally very slow, likes to churn, burn clock, but this is a situation where their playing style does not bode well for them. We'll see if they mix it up or just kind of play it safe. When you're in the shadow of your own goalpost, you can't get too crazy here. Otherwise, you might turn over and have 2 points for Dexter, 6-7, whatever the case may be. Bedford comes to the line of scrimmage. Gerber under center. He's got a receiver each way. Ball is snapped. Hand off the middle to Brueggemann. Brueggemann gets out of the line of scrimmage, gets maybe a yard or 2. So no huge gain there. Clock keeps moving. 2nd and 9. Or 2nd or 8. 2nd and 8 for your Mules. Clock continues to roll. 33 and rolling here on the clock. Imagine Bedford's going to play it pretty safe at this point. But we shall see. Mules come to the line of scrimmage. Gerber under center. Receiver each way. Man in motion. Ball is snapped. Handed off up the middle there. No, keeps it himself. Gerber gets around it to the 10. And he gets a handful of yards there, but it looks like that may be about it. First down for the Mules. It looks like the Mules are going to be content to call it there as they head to the locker room. Your score after the first half, Dexter 14, Bedford 0. We'll be back in 3 minutes with a halftime report. You are listening to Bedford Football Radio.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
I hear a lot about self-care these days. Advice on ways to relax, exercise, eat healthy, and more. Those are all great. But one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. That means saving money for retirement. It's never too late to start. And it's the kind of self-care that brings peace of mind that lasts. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. That's WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, it's time for today's STEM tip. Want to know how to make your selfies even better? Okay, let's use science. The best time for photos is golden hour. That's the moment right before the sun sets, when the atmosphere scatters blue and violet wavelengths, making perfect, soft, and golden selfie light to show off that beautiful face of yours. Click. Check out Chic and STEM for more inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s, like go back to college, learn to skateboard. Whoa. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. At aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a free 3-minute chat with the friendly digital retirement coach, Avo, and receive personalized tips to help boost your savings. Start chatting with Avo today at aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Morning, Mama. How you feeling?
Great, and I'm ready for you today.
I'm checking in on you. Morning meditation?
Check.
Dressed and ready to work out?
Check.
Check your blood pressure yet?
And check.
Boom! Great job, Mom. And about those gold earrings?
No, ma'am.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Monitor your blood pressure daily and help each other stay motivated. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
Welcome to tonight's halftime show, presented by Kicking Mules Productions. Let's head out to the stadium for a recap of the first half with your host, Dan Roth.
Welcome back to Groganstown Field, Bedford Community Stadium. I am Dan Roth, flying solo tonight, as my usual partner in crime is AFK. As the kids like to say, it is halftime here, and your score, Dexter 14, Bedford 0. After a very tough first half for the Mules, really couldn't get too much flowing, and then when it looked like they might, turnovers were the culprit. Interception there late at the end of the second quarter, really set up Dexter to keep the momentum on their side. This sidelines here for Bedford, relatively quiet, while I am hearing, not right now, but through that second quarter there, I was very clearly hearing the Dexter fans. Definitely traveled well here, so kudos to them for that. Bedford marching band on the field right now. entertaining with a medley from the 70s, much like they had last week. We're going to take a 1-minute break here as we get ready to discuss some of the things that the Mules did well and what they need to improve here on Kicking Mule Radio.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those round trips, which are perfect on your way there and perfect on your way back? Or those meetings with friends, surprise parties, camps, birthdays. The same way you plan for the important moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children, Families, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back here to Bedford Community Stadium, Groganstown Field. My name is Dan Roth here at halftime for the Dreadnaughts and the Bedford Kicking Mules. Quick score update from the SEC. Last update we received, Saline is now up 35-7 against the Rail Splitters. So that one is clearly a one-sided affair, but Lincoln making their presence known. Bedford, as I was saying there, in that first half, currently they are down a few players. As I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, a couple injuries, limiting their ability to rotate personnel. Nate Gorman, Austin Mazzaros, Caleb Kokendorfer, and Avery Labadie all sidelined tonight. Some of those players did get decent number of minutes last week against the Pioneers, and it's been having an effect on the Mules tonight, as they are struggling to really get any momentum. And that's the situation right now, as I see it, is momentum has very much been on Dexter's side since about 5 minutes into the first quarter. That first drive the Mules had, they were doing what they normally do, just slowly moving the ball, burning a lot of clock, weren't able to get anything out of it. And then once Dexter went on the offense, they started setting the tone for their team and this game, running pretty much the shotgun all night here. Got Reeves Taylor in the backfield as quarterback for the Dreadnaughts there, and he's been doing a whole lot of work with Cole Cabana as the running back and wide receiver. Really diversified play there from Dexter. Bedford, though, pretty much keeping it on the ground. One time they went to the air. SpaghettiOs, interception. Couple backward passes that were fumbled and ended up resulting in significant loss. And it really is a case of the Mules just making mistakes. And unlike last week, they are hurting them. Couple of drives that could have been into the end zone. Fumble puts them behind the original line of scrimmage. Now they're looking at something in 14 to go, and it has just been very problematic for the Mules. They definitely need to tighten up what they are doing offensively. Defensively, they're having a hard time, but I mean, they kept Dexter to 14, so that's not too much to be upset about. It could be a whole lot worse. Defense coming up with a turnover there when Dexter was looking to score their first points in the red zone, so that ended up working out well for them, for the Mules, that is. But when your offense, as Bedford tends to play, which is burning a lot of clock in those offensive drives, it becomes hard for that defense then to get as many stops as they're going to need. When you've got a defense that is dependent on the offense, burning that much clock, you're looking at a situation where they're only going to have to face a handful of drives by the opposing team. If Bedford's burning 6, 7, 8 minutes off the clock each drive, that gives the defense plenty of time to rest and also keeps the opposing offense off the field. They only can, if they give up 14 points in a situation like that where the other team's only on the field with their offense 4, 5, 6 times, that's not a bad situation here, but that's effectively what the Mules have had in just the first half as opposed to the whole game, which is generally their approach. So Bedford in a 14-0 hole here at the end of the first half. Band on the field. continuing their performance. But we'll see if the Mules can get the momentum back, because that's really where this is going to be done. Coach Phillips probably giving a come back to Jesus speech there in the locker room, and we'll see what they have to go. If I'm Coach Phillips, I'm telling the team to button it up. I'm going to have my offensive coordinator probably cut back on those backward pass plays, because those clearly have been more harm than good. Yeah, they're taking that out of the playbook, but they have so much that they can do with their Veer offense. If I'm in the Dexter locker room, I'm just going to tell my team, keep doing what you're doing. They are able to move the ball. They have been putting Bedford's offense in tight spots, so they don't have to change too much. It's the Mules right now that need to show if they can change and adapt to this situation. Dexter, a very fast team, looking at their receiver core as well. A lot of tall drinks of water there that are able to get the Mules in the situation where they are getting open passes. They are getting receivers downfield with their speed that are wide open. One of those touchdowns by the Dreadnaughts was Cole Cabana in the backfield, 6-foot individual there, and just nobody around him. Bedford covering that pass. That's where the defense needs to step up as well. We're going to take a 4-minute break here at half, and we'll be back for the second half. You're listening to Kicking Mule Radio.
It's time for today's STEM tip. Okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s, like go back to college, learn to skateboard. Whoa. Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. At aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a free 3-minute chat with the friendly digital retirement coach, Avo, and receive personalized tips to help boost your savings. Start chatting with Avo today at aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
We are the boy band. Your tween made you see. We are the boy. It's painful concert number 3. We are the boy band. We're 5 and 19. We are the boy band. Always singing on key.
You love your kids enough to take them to see their favorite band. Love them enough to make sure they're buckled up in the back seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This message is for Karina, our mom who finished her high school diploma at age 28. Hi, Mom. It's Emmettith and Nicholas. Congratulations on getting your diploma. You worked so hard and have taught us so much. We love you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Morning, Mama. How you feeling?
Great, and I'm ready for you today.
I'm checking in on you. Morning meditation?
Check.
Dressed and ready to work out?
Check.
Check your blood pressure yet?
And check.
Boom! Great job, Mom. And about those gold earrings?
No, ma'am.
Now more than ever, it's important that we protect our hearts and the hearts of those we love. Monitor your blood pressure daily and help each other stay motivated. Rally your squad to take the online pledge at releasethepressure.org. Brought to you by the Release the Pressure Coalition and the Ad Council.
Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor. Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online. No matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Groganstown Field at Bedford Community Stadium. Dan Roth here, flying solo tonight. Dustin Kress is out of the office, so you've got me all night calling this one. Bedford down 14-0 to the Dexter Dreadnaughts after a tough first half for the Mules. Looked like they might have scored a few times, but just disaster would strike and has kept the Mules scoreless this evening. Both teams now on the field warming up here as we get ready for the start of the second half. The student section, it's whiteout night here at Groganstown Field. Student section embracing that right now as they get ready to cheer on your Kicking Mules here as they look to turn things around against Dexter. Dexter traveled well this week here. Large student section, large general audience section here filling out the stadiums, probably about 80% full on that visitor side here as we get ready here for the second half. As mentioned, the Mules down a few people due to injuries from previous encounters. And I'll notice at the student section, it's whiteout night, but some of them treated it like toga night. Most of the crowd looks like they could be in a Tide commercial as they have the bright white t-shirts. Some of them, though, went for kind of like cream-colored togas, apparently. So there's that. Just a reminder, whiteout night means whiteout night, not toga night. If it's a white toga, you meet the rules, but if it's not, you don't. And it looks like they have put a couple more minutes here on the clock before the start of the second half here as the teams are still warming up here. Officials on the field here, and the Mules, it is a case of can they bring back the momentum? That's the big question here tonight. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Kickin' Mule Radio.
To protect her home and family in a disaster, Karen was willing to wade through water, mud, and insurance paperwork.
Yeah, I can do this.
You go, Karen! By simply understanding and updating what her insurance covers and doesn't cover now, she'll be better prepared no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Melissa from Michigan. I work an extra part-time job serving lunch at my child's school, but I still can't afford to put food on our table.
Daniel from California. Choosing whether to pay the rent or pay to fix the car to get to work doesn't leave us with much at all. Now we can't even pay for meals.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Friday night here at Bedford Community Stadium. Welcome back. Friday night football here in Bedford Community Stadium, Groganstown Field. Dan Roth here with the call and color commentary this evening. Bedford Mules looking to claw back after going down 14-0 at the end of the first half. Dexter Dreadnaughts, the opponent here, as the crowd gives an applause to Athletic Director Mark Garman, who has been a staple in Bedford schools for quite a while here. I want to say at least 30 years in some capacity, athletic director for quite a while now. Coach Garman has been a face in Bedford athletics for a while. Previously a basketball coach. Here now as they adjust the lights, we are ready to start the second half. New LED lights here at Groganstown Field. Part of the initiative that also included moving from grass to turf. Game 2 of turf, the turf era for Bedford. Excellent outing last week against the Pioneers. Results TBD here against the Dreadnaughts, but things are looking grim for our heroes. The Mules get ready to kick this one away. Dexter won the toss to start things off, and they did defer to the second half. So they are about to capitalize on that. They were able to stop the Mules on their opening drive. Let's see if Dexter can do anything with their opening drive here of the second half. Ball is teed up for the Mules. Got number 1 and number 4 for the Dreadnaughts back. That is Micah Davis and Cole Cabana. Student section coming alive for the Mules. Kick is away. Going to be fielded around the 8-yard line. Ball coming upfield to the 20, to the 25. Gets around one Mule. Gets it almost to the 30-yard line, down at the 29. Ball carrier there, Micah Davis for the Dreadnaughts. That's where they'll start this drive. Looks like actually they're going to mark it a little closer to the 28-yard line of Dexter. Dexter getting ready to start this one here. No, they are going to call it the 29-yard line. This drive will start. Looks like Dexter starting this half with similar personnel. Reeves, Taylor, empty backfield. Couple receivers to the left, few to the right. Pass out to the left there to number 4. That's Cole Cabana. He gets it up to about the 32-yard line there. So pick up of about 3 there for the Dreadnaughts. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
469-119.
Just a pass off to the left side there from Reeves Taylor to Cole Cabana. Gets a few yards on it. Not a huge gain, but still moving the ball in the right direction for the Dreadnaughts. Dexter in the shotgun. 2 receivers up to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Cole Cabana in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. Ball is snapped. Fakes it, hands it off. Cole Cabana gets the first down. He's to the 50. He's to the 40, 30, 20, 10, and he makes the entire drive to the end zone. Touchdown Dexter there, scoring on the opening drive here. And if you're a kicking mule, that is not what you wanted to see there. Handoff to Cole Cabana, gets through the line into the secondary. No resistance once he's through there. He just had to get himself to the end zone, which he did. It is now 20-0 for Dexter. Extra point pending. Dexter lining up to kick this one away. Herder kicks it. It is up. It is good. Extra point, good for Dexter. Your score, 21-0. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Kicking Mule Football.
To your children's eyes to see the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide through this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit asiaretirement.org today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Alexi back to kick this one away for the Dreadnaughts. Bergerman in the back for the Mules. Kick is away. It is received around the 4-yard line. Ball is being brought up across the 20, gets to the 25, tripped up, manages to pick up maybe a couple more yards after that. We'll see where the spot is, and they are going to spot that at the Bedford 27-yard line. So that is where the Mules will start their first drive of the second half. Dexter up 21-0. Another score update from the SEC. Saline now up 42-7 against the Rail Splitters. They are getting close to the end of the first half there. Gerber still your quarterback here for the Mules. You can send one receiver out to the right, 2 to the left. Brueggemann in the backfield. Ball is snapped. Pitch to Brueggemann. Brueggemann gets it up to the 25, to the 30. A little bit extra before he's shoved out of bounds by a fleet of Dreadnaughts. Going to bring up second and about 4 there. Ball at the 33. Gerber gets the play from the sideline. Brings the team to the line of scrimmage. Got a receiver each way. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him. Man in motion. Ball is snapped. Hand off, but keeps it. Gerber looking to pitch it. Couldn't get it away. Gets it back to about the original line of scrimmage there. So it is going to remain third and 4. No gain on the play. Gerber tried to run the option, just did not have an open door to get the pitch going. Great defense by the Dreadnaughts. They read that pretty well. Able to stop the play for no gain there. As Gerber gets the play from the sideline, brings it to the huddle here. Mules looking to get some points on the board. 3rd and 4. 10:50 and rolling here in the third quarter. Your score, 21-0, favor of the Dreadnaughts. Gerber under center. Man in motion. Ball is snapped. Pitch up to the right side there. Gets a couple of yards before he's brought down there. Borsch, your ball carrier there, could not make too much happening. Gain of a couple. That's going to bring up 4th and 3. Davis on the tackle for the Dreadnaughts. Ball being spotted at the Bedford 35-yard line. Gerber gets the play from the sidelines there, brings it to the huddle. Again, Mules looking to do something here. 4th and 2. 35-yard line of the Mules. Clock is still rolling. 9:50 now. Bedford now breaking the huddle. Going to have a receiver out to his left side here. Gerber under center. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him. Man in motion. Ball is snapped. Handed off to Brueggemann. Brueggemann pushing the pile. He's close. I'm not sure if he's got there. Dexter saying he's too short. We'll see where they spot this one. Look, this is going to be close here, ladies and gentlemen. They are having a conference there of the officials. Official timeout. They are going to measure this one. Chains come over. I think it's going to be a little bit on the short side, maybe about a foot short here. Bedford hoping to get the first down. If not, it's a turnover on downs, and the Dreadnaughts start this drive in excellent field position. Chains coming out. And it's short by about the size of a hamburger. Turnover on downs. Dexter taking over there. 1st and 10 from the Bedford 37-yard line. Tough situation for the Mules. Brueggemann hoping to get the yards that they needed there. Just ended up, like I said, you could have put a hamburger between the football and the first down marker, and that's all the more they needed to get that first down. And yes, I do use food as measurement. Officials change the football there. Dexter comes to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to have 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Cabana in the backfield. Reeves Taylor, your quarterback for the Dreadnaughts. Shotgun formation. Ball is snapped. Handed off to Cabana, who just breaks through the line, gets the first down, and then some to the 20, and then a couple more. Looks like they're going to call it at the 20 or the 19 line of Bedford. Dexter, big pickup there on the ground. Cabana just driving right through that line, using his speed, able to get through without being touched too much, and just a big, big first down. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap, Pass out to the wing there, and he gets the first down, it looks like here. Couldn't quite see who the receiver is. That is number 9, it looks like. Brendan Valario for the Dreadnaughts. And it's going to be 1st and goal for your Dreadnaughts. Or 2nd and 2, excuse me. Didn't quite get it there, but he's going to get it on that play there. Pass out to the left. Picks up a handful of yards. That definitely will be a first down now. Looks like they're going to mark that at the Bedford 6-yard line. So 1st and goal from the Bedford 6. 1st and goal for the Dreadnaughts. Dreadnaughts looking to really put some distance between them and the Mules here tonight. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Dexter comes to the line of scrimmage. Changing up the formation there. Reese Taylor now under center, 3 in the backfield. Sends a man in motion, hands it off to Cabana, and he gets around the corner and touchdown, Dexter. Touchdown. Cole Cabana. Dexter going up now, 27-0, extra point pending here. And you've got to wonder what the Mules could possibly do to claw back in this situation here. 8:31 left here in the 3rd quarter. It's not impossible. I've seen crazier things, but things are looking grim for our heroes here as Dexter looks to kick the extra point here to go up 28-0. Well, let's see if that happens here. Number 8, Herder, ready to kick this one for the Dreadnaughts. Snap is back, and there is a flag on the play. So that'll stop things here. Ref getting some guidance here. False start for the Dreadnaughts, so that'll back up this extra point a little bit here. But Herder hasn't been too inaccurate here. He's been putting them right down the middle with room to spare here. So kicking this extra point from 5 yards more back, I don't think is going to be a huge difficulty here for Herder. Still waiting on the extra point attempt here after that Cabana touchdown run. Snap is back. Kick is blocked. Did not get any height on it. Herder, after I was just giving him all sorts of props, just could not get the ball elevated, and he ended up falling down. So something didn't quite go right there. He is able to get off the field on his own power, but Bedford, it's only a missed extra point. They're still down 27-0, but in all situations, take it while you can. So the Mules will be getting ready to receive this field goal here after quite the extra point situation. First kick would have been good, but it was whistled dead because of a false start by the Dreadnaughts. Second attempt from 5 yards further back just was not doing there. Herder could not get the ball elevated, ended up hitting his own offensive line here. Dexter now gets ready to kick this one away. 8:31 left here in the 3rd quarter. Your Mules down 27-0 here. Bergerman back along his own 3-4 yard line there to receive this kick from number 22, Nick Doletsky. Mules really need some sort of offensive performance here if they want to keep the energy, get any sort of energy going their way. Doletsky kicks the ball. It is well into the air. Bergerman receives it from about 1 yard in, comes up across the 15 to the 20. There is a flag on the play. It's brought down to around the 25-yard line. We'll see what that flag is all about. Well away from the action is where that flag was thrown. It looks like we may have a block in the back. If I'm reading my signals right before the official comes over here. Official continues to confer. Yes, penalty against Dexter there. Illegal block. And that's going to go well in favor of the Mules. Originally, that was going to be starting the drive around the 25, but they are going to march a number of yards in favor of the Mules. Mules now start this drive at their own 41-yard line here. Gerber under center. He's got a receiver each way. Bergerman in the backfield behind him. Man in motion. Ball is snapped. Fakes the handoff, keeps himself. Gerber gets up across the 45 there, about to the 46-yard line there. So call that a gain of about 5. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Mules. A couple plays like that, and the Mules will really start building some momentum on this drive here, but they need to stay focused. This is where they run the risk of having some sort of accident that just causes the wheels to fall off the bus. The Mules cannot throw a shoe here as Gerber gets the play from the sideline, brings it to the huddle, breaks the huddle. Going to have 2 receivers out to his left. Bergerman in the backfield behind him. Man in motion. Ball is snapped. Fakes the handoff. Gerber keeps it himself. Very much kind of the same play he just ran there. Looks like they're going to mark it down at about the Bedford 48. Oh, excuse me. 49, they're going to mark that. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 2 for the Mules. Running effectively the same play twice in a row, faking the handoff to Bergerman, and then just kind of coming up along the left side there of the line. Decent pickup on 2 plays there by Gerber on the keeper. 3rd and 2, clock still rolling. 7:04 now left here in the 3rd quarter. Dexter up 27-0 here. Mules making some progress downfield, though. Right now on their own 49-yard line. Gerber under center. He's got 2 receivers out to his left. Ball is snapped. It is pitched off to the side. That's going to be a first down. That's open field. Down to the 20, 10, 5. Diving for the end zone, but they're going to mark him short. Tried diving for the end zone there. Forced with a massive pickup. That's going to be 1st and goal. First time I believe the Mules have been in the red zone all night tonight. And they are going to mark that actually at the 2, so a little bit closer to the end zone than I thought they originally marked it. Mules, 1st and goal for the first time tonight from their 2-yard line of Dexter. 6:41 rolling. Dexter up, though, 27-0. Mules need to get something here if they want to keep this competitive tonight. Gerber under center. Ball is snapped. Hands it off up the middle there, pushing the pile, and that's a touchdown, Mules. Touchdown, Bedford. Touchdown, Bergerman. As the Mules get some points on the board here, it is now 27-6. Dreadnaughts, Bedford, extra point pending as the LED lights are being used to celebrate here. Bedford crowd starting to get fired up here. I haven't seen them this fired up since the first drive of the Mules. Do you have an injured Dreadnaught on the field? I can't quite see who it is here, but there is at least one Dreadnaught down in the end zone on his back. Medical personnel coming onto the field now to tend to the Dreadnaught player. One thing that has come up in recent years is there is no more kneeling whenever there is an injured player on the field. That is something that was done in the past. Conversations were held. Does that kind of cause a chance for a player to get cold if they're kneeling as opposed to standing, and therefore risk further injury? So now it has become pretty standard here in the SEC for players not to kneel when there is an injured player. It is not a sign of disrespect. It is just a matter of living the world as it is as opposed to how you want it to be. Injuries are a real thing, and it's best for players to stay warm, stay loose, to avoid any future complications of that sort. Still, Bedford looking on. Injured Dreadnaught has not moved much from the end zone here. We are still pending the extra point. Bedford able to get into the end zone from the 2-yard line, just pushing the pile. 6:37 left here in the third quarter. Bedford in a tight spot, but not an impossible spot. as they say, it's not over till the last second ticks. This Dreadnought player looks like they're tending to his right leg. And he's going to be helped off the field as they are able to pick him up, and a host of Dreadnought medical staff helping the injured player off the field. That's number 15, Braden Vissel for the Dreadnoughts there. 6'1", 235 senior from Dexter. Bedford now lining up for the extra point. Looks like they're going to kick this one away. Number 40. Excuse me. That's 42 for the Mules, ready to kick this one away. Snap is fumbled. Got to keep it rolling out to throw is Gerber. Gerber looking for something. Whoa! No good on the extra point there by Bedford. So that little blessing that they got when Dexter couldn't complete their last extra point kind of goes to waste there. Snap was fumbled, and the extra point could not be kicked there, which is what caused Gerber to have to scramble, try to find some receiver downfield. Everyone was pretty well covered by a Dreadnought, though, so incomplete pass, no good on the extra point. It is 27-6 here at Groganstown Field, Bedford Community Stadium. 6:37 left to go here in the third quarter. Bedford finally getting on the board after a rough first half for them offensively. A couple big gains ended up being the difference makers there. Mules now getting lined up to kick this one away. Number 4, Cole Cabana in the back seat for the Dreadnoughts to receive this one. Everyone gets ready to take this kickoff. Again, Bedford finally getting on the board tonight. First touchdown of the evening coming in here in the third quarter from the 2-yard line. Cabana to return for the Dreadnoughts here, standing about his own 20-yard line, giving some direction. Bedford tees the ball up. And we are about to send this underway. Jack Decker ready to kick this one for the Mules, and it is off. Low kick, bounces around down to the 20, received by Cabana. Cabana brings up across the 25, runs into a couple Mules, but gets by them down to the 40. And he is brought down right about there, little shy maybe of the Dexter 40-yard line there. Nice return there by Cabana. As Dexter looks to get those 6 points back that they just gave Bedford here in the third quarter. 6:29 left to go here in that third quarter. 27-6 in favor of the Dreadnoughts. Shotgun formation as Dexter has run pretty much all night. 3 receivers to the left. Sends the man in motion. Ball is snapped. Hand off to Cabana. Cabana goes up along the right side there, gets some open field, gets to the 50. He's got the first down and then some. He's dragged out of bounds there. Number 28 there for the Mules, it looked like. So Tyler Borst there stopping what could have been a touchdown for the Dreadnoughts. Cabana being brought down at the Bedford 40-yard line. So a big pickup for the Dreadnoughts here. Dexter from the Bedford 40, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Cabana in the backfield, sends a man in motion. Ball is snapped, hands it off to Cabana, goes up the middle of the field, runs into at least 1 Mule, and is brought down after a gain of about 6 yards there. So Gossard there with the tackle. It's now 2nd and 4 from the Bedford 34-yard line. Dexter up 27-6. 6 minutes now and rolling here in the third quarter. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Ball is snapped, fakes the handoff, drops back to pass, pressure comes, gets it away. There are flags on the play. Almost see if they're going to call that an interception. There is a flag on the play, but that could have been picked off by Bedford. It was fumbled a little bit there. I'm not sure what they're going to call. Really, it all depends on the laundry. Let's see what comes from that event. A Bedford sideline signal, and that was an interception. Holding against Dexter. And there, Phillips is having a conversation with the ref. I think it's a question. He's kind of pointing to where the interception happened. The alleged interception, if you will. Phillips doesn't look too appreciative of the conversation with the ref. The dirty laundry has been retrieved, but it is still holding against the Dreadnoughts, so that does back him up. You would have hoped for the interception, but you'll take the penalty to bring them back 10 yards now. Dexter at the Bedford 47-yard line, 2nd and 17 for the Dreadnoughts. Coach Phil pleaded his case in court, did not go his way. He was hoping that was an interception. It's one of those things. From where I am, it looked like it could have been, but I could not see where the ball was on that interception attempt. Refs are having another conference midfield over the ball, which is at the Bedford 47-yard line. Dexter trying to get a few more points on the board, but it is 2nd and 17. That's a tough hole to climb out of. But Dexter's had a number of big plays, so it's certainly not out of the realm of possibility. Reese Taylor, your quarterback for the Dreadnoughts. He's got Cole Cabana in the backfield with him. 3 receivers off to the left, 1 to the right. And there is a false start there. Number 77, quite the guilty culprit on that one. Trevor Jankovic jumped a little bit too early, so that's going to add more insult to injury here, as that's going to be another 5 yards marked off against the Dreadnoughts here. 2nd and 22 now. The vast majority of that difference being from penalties. First, a holding penalty brought them back 5 or 10 yards there. Then the false start brought them back another 5. 2nd and 22 from Dexter's own 48-yard line. Ball is snapped, fakes a handoff. Pass is going deep. It is overthrown. Intended receiver number 5, Joey Tesmer, just could not reel that in. It was about 4 yards in front of him. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 22. Dexter trying to make up that whole difference. Where he would have received it, he would have been in open field too. Nobody around him. Would have been 6 points Dexter, but just overthrew the receivers. Reeves Taylor been pretty accurate tonight, but he has had a couple that just went a little bit too far. 3rd and 22, 3 receivers out to the left, 2 to the right, empty backfield. Reeves Taylor takes the snap, drops back to pass. Pressure comes, gets one hand on him, throws it away. And the Mules are looking for intentional grounding, but he was out of the pocket. He got pushed out of the pocket, so that is not intentional grounding. Very well could. No, now they are going to call it intentional grounding as a flag comes out. And the key thing is it did not get across the line of scrimmage. I think that's the case the Mules were making there. So that is a loss of downs. And they are going to march that one back a distance. Looks like they're going to mark that down at the Dexter 38-yard line. And they move the first down marker, which creates a bit of a problem because if Dexter fakes it and goes for it, I doubt they are, though. 4th and 37 for Dexter. Snap is back, punts away. Bergman back to receives it. Gets the catch from his own 25, gets to the 30, 35, runs into a couple Dreadnoughts, gets around him to the 40, 45, pushed out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. Bergman received that at his own 25, got it to the 47, so a nice game there by Brueggemann as the Mules take possession, look to get a few more points here before the third quarter comes to an end. 27-6 in favor of the Dreadnaughts. 5:19 left to go in the third quarter. Dan Roth here, absent my usual co-host, Justin Kress. He is off on another adventure tonight, so you've got me, and it's been quite the game here. Mules looking to kind of get back into this one. Gerber under center, 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, sends a man in motion, drops back to pass, rolls out to his right, throws it, pass complete, gets up almost to the first down there. He's going to be just shy there. Number 5, your receiver for the Mules, Korsnak, getting the 9-yard, and it looks like they're going to mark it more 9.5, just shy of the first down on that pass play. And now they are going to call it a first down as they move the chains and flip the down marker to a 1. First down, so 10 yards on that pass from Gerber to Korsnak. Mules usually not getting the first down like that, but they did there. Beautiful reception, no man around them. Gerber now under center. Brueggemann behind him. 1 receiver each way. Sends man in motion. Hands it off to Brueggemann. Or no, keeps it himself. Keeps it himself and gets a nice pickup there. Fakes the handoff. Fooled me, fooled a number of Dreadnaughts there. That's going to be a Bedford first down. Gets the ball down to the 32-yard line. Bedford in Dreadnaught territory, keeping things moving. Gerber gets to play from the sidelines. Momentum definitely in the Mules' favor after that handful of penalties drove the Dreadnaughts to an impossible 4th and country mile to go. Bedford now moving the ball very favorably. Gerber under center. He's got a receiver each way. Brueggemann in the backfield behind him and whistles. Whistles. Timeout Bedford. Guessing Coach Phil saw something he didn't like, and now he wants to have a conference. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Kicking Mule Radio.
Adoption of teens from foster care is a topic not enough people know about, and we're here to change that. I'm April Dinwiddie, host of the new podcast, Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Each episode brings you compelling real-life adoption stories told by the families that live them with commentary from experts. Visit adoptuskids.org/podcast or subscribe to Navigating Adoption, presented by Adopt US Kids. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families and the Ad Council.
Remember the last time your family visited the forest? It's a place of wonder and imagination for the whole family, where stories come to life. And it's closer than you think. Ready to plan your next visit? Make the forest part of your story today at a local park near you, or find one at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Bedford driving here. 4:09 left in the third quarter. Mules down 27-6 against the Dreadnaughts. Mules have a first and down, though, from the Dexter 32. Gerber under center, 2 receivers to the left. Sends a man in motion. Ball is snapped. Hands it off, and he's hitting the backfield. Couldn't quite see who that was handed off to. Waiting for the pile to kind of... Gorst had the carry there. He's going to lose a couple of yards there, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 12 for your Kicking Mules, still in Dreadnought territory. Ball on the 34-yard line. Mules do a little personnel change here. Gerber gets the play from the sideline. Brings it to the huddle. Bedford momentum generally going in their favor so far this third quarter. Couple little snafus, plays that were not exactly in their favor, but right now the Mules are driving. Managed to get some points on the board in this quarter. Gerber under center, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Brueggemann in the backfield, rolls out to look for the option. Gerber keeps it himself, gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and it looks like that's going to be about it. Had Brueggemann on the option to pitch it to, but just did not have the opening to toss the ball away. So kept it himself, picked up a couple yards, back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 for your Kicking Mules here from the Dreadnought 32. Just under 3 minutes now and rolling in the third quarter. Your Mules down 27-6. Bedford looking to get a few more points here before the end of the third quarter. Dexter crowd really coming alive on the other side of the field here. Gerber bringing the play to the huddle. Now at the line of scrimmage. Gerber under center. He's got two receivers out to the right. Bergerman in the backfield behind him. Man in motion. Ball is snapped and fumbled. Looks like Bedford was able to fall back on it. Dexter's trying to signal it's going their way, but I don't think so. I think that's just going to be no gain on the play, bringing up 4th and 10. Gerber getting the play from the sidelines. At this point, the Mules really don't have too many options other than to go for it. Doesn't look like they're sending in the punt crew. Gerber gets the play from Bedford sideline and brings it to the huddle. And I just got to call out Dexter. They've got a sign out their side that says the lights out donkeys. I'd like to remind them that donkeys and mules are two different things. Something every Bedford graduate learns. Donkeys and mules are two different things. Gerber under center. A little confusion on positioning here. Mules look like they're not sure on the play. Now they're set with two receivers to the left, one to the right. Gerber under center. Ball is snapped. Rolls out to pass. Chucks it away. Open. That is caught. We'll see where that is. Pass to number 42 for the Mules. Alex back on the reception. And it's close to a first down, so we have to see where they mark this one. And it is a Bedford first down. That was very close to the first down there. Back on the reception, getting it. Knew exactly where he needed to be. That's the sort of thing you usually see only at the collegiate and pro level. A receiver who knows exactly where he needs to be receiving. He did not get any yards after the catch. It was caught, hit, and he had the yardage. 1st and 10 now from the Dexter 22. Gerber under center. Ball is snapped and fumbled. This one may be going Dexter's way. Dexter seems pretty confident, and it is a fumble in favor of Dexter. They do recover. That is the sort of thing that the Mules, that is a blast to the heart. Driving very well, get that beautiful first down, only to snap the ball and fumble it. That has happened now a couple times for these Mules, and we are now in the 3rd game of the season. These sorts of issues need to be resolved by now. Mules, though, doing some damage to themselves on that. It is now 1st and 10 for the Dreadnaughts from the 24-yard line. 40 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Your score, 27-6 in favor of the Dreadnaughts. Reeves-Taylor in the shotgun formation. Ball is snapped, hands it off to Cabana. Cabana gets up across the 25, maybe to the 26. Looks like they are going to mark it to the 26, so that is a gain of 2 yards. Cabana just able to get out a little bit towards the right side of the line. Picked up a couple, but then wrapped up and brought down. 2nd and 8 for the Dreadnaughts. 17 seconds and rolling here on the clock, so it looks like the Dreadnaughts are content to just take that into the end of the quarter as they head off field. Your score after 3, Dexter 27, Bedford 6. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Bedford Kicking Mule Football.
What grows in the forest? Trees? Sure. Know what else grows in the forest? Our imagination, our sense of wonder, and our family bonds grow too. Because when we disconnect from this and connect with this, we reconnect with each other. The forest is closer than you think. Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
please be done.
Over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the-right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back here to Groganstown Field, Bedford Community Stadium. It is now the start of the 4th quarter. Dexter recovering a fumble from Bedford here. It's now going to be 2nd and 8 for them from their own 26-yard line. Your score 27-6 in favor of the Dreadnaughts. Mules now with 1 quarter to make this Cinderella story kind of turn around here, but in this situation, it's going to be a tough one. Shotgun formation for the Dreadnaughts. Reeves Taylor, pass out to the wing. Gets past a couple, and there is going to be a flag on the play there. Ball tackled at about the 25-yard line, so that may be a loss regardless of the flag. We'll see what the laundry is all about. It looked like it may have been a holding against the Dreadnaughts there. The Mules tried to bring down the receiver there, who has still not gotten up off the field. And that is number 5 for the Dreadnaughts, Joey Tassmer. Tassmer is able to get off the field on his own power. Still waiting to see what the flag was about. The officials haven't made too much gesture either way yet. As we inquire, I may have been distracted by Tassmer being down on the field there. But I haven't seen anything really. Okay, it is a block in the back against the Dreadnaughts. That penalty is declined. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 9. Dexter now in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers, out to the right, 1 to the left. Reeves Taylor looking to get some guidance from the sidelines there. Cole Cabana shifts off to the other side. Now he's coming back to the original side. No, he's going to stay off his left hip. Ball is snapped, drop back to pass. Looks like it's going to be a screen. Ball goes away. Intercepted by the Mules to the 20, 25, or 15. 15. And that is an interception for your Mules here. It's not over till it's over, ladies and gentlemen. Here with 11:19, the Mules take possession here at the Dexter 12-yard line. 1st and 10 from the Dexter 10 for the Mules. Just a case of a man in the right place at the right time. Interception in favor of the Mules. Personnel change here for the Mules as they come to the line of scrimmage. Gerber under center. He's got 1 receiver each way. Bergerman in the backfield behind him. And the man in motion. Ball is snap. Pitch off to the right. Tries to find the corner. Gets the corner. Borst only gets a couple on that one, though. There's going to be a flag on the play there. That's a late hit. Run out of bounds by the Dreadnaughts there, and there is a flag on the play. Pretty sure this is going to be a late hit here. We'll see what the officials call on this. Mules pretty confident. Mules crowd pretty confident that's going to go in their favor. The officials discuss what the laundry is about. And if that is what I think it is, probably seeing half the distance to the goal after that play, because the flag did come out after the play. Coach Phillips discussing with the referee here exactly how he'd like this to go. Yep, personal foul against the Dreadnaughts. So that was a gift to the Mules, courtesy of Dexter. Over pursued there and ended up being a late hit. Now it looks like the officials are trying to sort out where exactly to spot this. We're under 15 yards here, so if they're marking it off halfway, and they are going to mark that at the Dexter 6-yard line. Unsportsmanlike conduct, apparently, as well, which is going to be an additional half the distance to the goal. So looks like now, yeah, they're going to call it the 4-yard line, apparently. First, I'm not exactly sure how. First and goal then for the Mules from the 4-yard line. Bedford looking to get a few more points here. I'm not sure what that second unsportsmanlike conduct call was about. The officials look to position themselves here. Bedford under center. Ball snap and fumbled. Leonard with the recovery. It looks like the Mules did engage in a little personnel change there. Brody Leonard now in at quarterback, freshman for the Mules. Finding himself in this tough situation here. Second and goal from the 5 for number 36 for the Mules, Brody Leonard. Brody under center. Bergman still in the backfield behind him. One receiver out to the left. Sends a man in motion. Ball is snapped. Hands it off to Bergman. Bergman pushing, not quite getting much going there. Looks like maybe a gain of a yard or two. Looks like they're going to mark that down at the 4-yard line. Micah Davis with the tackle for the Dreadnaughts. Brody Leonard getting direction from the offensive coordinator there for the Mules. Brody Leonard bringing the team to line of scrimmage. He's going to be under center. 2 receivers out to his right. Bergman in the backfield behind him. Man in motion. Ball is snapped. Pitched out to the left. Gets around the corner. Couldn't quite get to the end zone there. Picks up a couple there. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 1 or 2 yard line there. So very, very close. Sabilski with the carry there. Going to have to come off because they did delay things there because it looked like he wasn't getting up too quick. Brody Leonard, 4th and goal from the 2-yard line for your Bedford Mules. 9:24 left here in the 4th quarter. Your Mules down 27-6. Brody Leonard talking to the coaching staff of the Mules, getting the play for this 4th and goal from the 2. Number 36, Brody Leonard, freshman for the Mules, getting some snaps here tonight. Brody brings the team to the line of scrimmage there. He's going to be under center, receiver each way. Bergman in the backfield behind him. Bedford crowd really coming alive here on this 4th and goal from the 2. Ball is snapped. Hand off, trying to push the pile into the end zone. And I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. The Dreadnaughts are saying they did not get it, and the officials now confirm that. The ball is just short. Just short. Turnover on downs at the half-yard line. Oh, so close for the Mules. Just could not push the pile there. And this gets into where the Mules offense has not been able to do what they do best due to the fact that they have not been able to have long drives throughout this game. They haven't been able to wear down this Dreadnaught defense, which normally in this situation for the Mules, when it's, on the 2-yard line and it's this late into the 4th quarter, it's now 8:43 left here in the 4th. Normally, this defense that they're against would be worn down to the point where they could just push the pile for 4 or 5 yards if they want to. but because they have not been able to keep the Dreadnought defense on the field, that weapon of theirs has not been able to come out here in the fourth quarter. So Dexter gains possession here at their own half-yard line. We'll see what Bedford does here. Keep in mind that Dexter does like to do the shotgun here. It's going to be a little tough when they're on their own half-yard line. But we'll see what they can dial up. Coach Phillips clearly disappointed in the turn of events there. He's having a chat with the officials. Bedford defense now coming out onto the field. Dreadnoughts offense already out there. Reese Taylor, your quarterback. Got one receiver out to his left. Ball is snapped, handed off up the middle. Able to get a handful of yards, but there's a flag on the play. Number 4, your ball carrier, Cole Cabana. And we do have a score update to you. Saline getting it done against the Rail Splitters, 42-7. And we have a holding against Dexter. So that's going to pretty much put the ball back at the quarter-yard line, less than a foot from their own end zone. Dexter, first down, and not looking great given their position. If the Mules can get in the backfield, they could score 2. Ball is snapped, handed off. Gets across the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that, maybe to the 2-yard line there. So it's going to bring up, looks like it's going to be 2nd and 9. Gerber with the tackle there for the Mules. Cole Cabana just doing an excellent job tonight, really picking up yards against the Mules. Bedford not really able to get their typical grinding offense going too much tonight. They've had a couple big plays, haven't been able to put together too many promising drives, and that kind of tells the story. Right now, 27-6 in favor of the Dreadnoughts. 7:45 and rolling on the clock. Dexter comes to the line of scrimmage. Reese Taylor now under center, pitches it out, gets across the line of scrimmage. That's the number 4 again. Cole Cabana gets a handful of yards there. Still short of the first down, though. Let's see exactly where they mark that one. It looks like it's going to be the Dexter 6-yard line, bringing up about 3rd and 5 for the Dreadnoughts here. 7:31 on the clock here as Cabana did get out of bounds on that. Dexter coming to the line of scrimmage here. Reeve Taylor under center, sends a man in motion, ball is snapped, hands it off up the middle there and gets a handful of yards, probably close to a first down. I think that mark is going to give them that first down. Let's see, make sure they move the chains to confirm that. And yes, that is a Dexter first down there. And we're kind of at the spot of the field where it's a really hard angle for me to tell where exactly they're spotting it. It's definitely between the 10 and 15-yard marker. Looks like it's going to be about the 12-yard mark. Dexter comes to the line of scrimmage now with a little more space behind them, returning their shotgun formation. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Reese Taylor takes a snap, hands it off. Cole Cabana gets around to the right side, gets it across to the first down, and maybe 1 or 2 more there, getting it close to the 25-yard line. Cole Cabana, just big pickups quite often every time they hand it to him. 5, 6, or even more, pretty much all night. Bedford unable to answer as we've got a Mule who has not gotten up off the turf. Can't quite tell who that is from this angle. When they're on their back, can't read the jersey number. Definitely a leg issue. Looks like it might be a cramp. That is number 24 for the Mules, Nathan Dotson, senior for the Mules. And he is up off his own power. I'm guessing it's just a bad leg cramp. He is coming off on his own power here. But just walking, not necessarily hustling off. He probably will be done for this evening, given we are now at 6:49 left here in the fourth quarter. 27-6 is your score right now in favor of the Dreadnaughts. Dexter with the ball. Dexter coming from the sideline with the play. 1st and 10 from the Dreadnaughts 23-yard line. Reeves Taylor kind of slow to come across from the sideline as his team's already pretty much out there. He is now in the shotgun formation. He seems moving kind of slow there. Could just be conserving his energy. 2 receivers to the left. Shotgun formation. Dexter really kind of just standing there. They're not quite getting into their stance, but 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Reeves Taylor in the shotgun. Cole Cabana in the backfield with him. Ball is snapped, handed it off Cabana. Cabana gets around to the left side, gets a couple yards there. Ended up probably picking up about 3 on that carry. Boris, your tackler for the Mules. Gain of about 3 yards there. 2nd and 7 for the Dreadnaughts, as they really are just trying to burn out clock, and that's why you're seeing them stick it on the ground. Cole Cabana has not been stopped very much by the Mules. At this point, you just want to burn clock. 5:57 left here in the fourth quarter and rolling. Dreadnaughts up 27-6. Reeves Taylor in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Cole Cabana still in the backfield with him. Mule crowd coming alive. Ball is snapped, hands it off to Cabana. Cabana gets up through the middle, picks up a couple of yards, maybe 2 or 3 there. It looks like they're going to mark him down at the 29-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 or 5 yards. That looks like it's going to be about 4 yards. 3rd and 4 for the Dreadnoughts. We do have a Dreadnought down who is not quite getting up. That looks to be number 72, Trevor Jankovic. Yeah, they're bringing out the medical staff to check in on him. Again, thank you all for joining us tonight. I am Dan Roth. My usual cohort, Dustin Kress, is not in the office today, so you've got me all night here. And we are in the fourth quarter of this game between the Dreadnaughts and the Mules. 5:18 on the clock in this fourth quarter. So the Mules really just kind of playing for pride at this point, trying to work on some of those issues they've had so far this evening. I am seeing a lot of second-string players now come out for the Mules, give them a chance to get a few snaps. Dexter now coming to the line of scrimmage after the timeout for the injury. Shotgun formation, 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Reeves Taylor still in at quarterback for the Dreadnaughts. Cole Cabana, also the running back, still all night for the Dreadnaughts. Bedford looking to force a 4th down here. 3rd and 4 from the 29 of Dexter. Dexter now ready to snap the ball. The ball is snapped. Hand off Cole Cabana, goes along the left side there. Not much of a gain there. Mules finally starting to address that play that Dexter's been running quite a bit tonight here. Gain of about 2, so that'll bring up 4th and about 3. Bedford's going to call timeout. We're going to take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Kicking Mule Radio.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You taught me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, They graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Grogan's Town Field, Bedford Community Stadium. Dexter, fourth down, fakes the punt, running it up along the side there, getting the first down, number 2 for them, Brennan Parachek. Big run. There is some laundry on the field there. Able to get the first down for the Dreadnaughts in this situation. Interesting for them to go for it on fourth down with the fake punt when they are up 27-6 with 4:39 left here in the fourth quarter. Referees right now are discussing that flag there. Came in kind of late there, so maybe either an illegal hit or illegal block based on where it is. Bedford was ready to send their offense out there, but after that fake punt, getting the first down there, number 2, Brennan Parachik for the Dreadnaughts, getting the ball down to about the Bedford 45-yard line. Still waiting on a ruling of the flag from the official. Looks like it's coming out now. Dead ball, personal foul against Bedford. So that's just going to move it closer to the end zone for the Dreadnaughts. Definitely a case of lack of discipline for the Mules. These are those things. They need to get their heads right. This game may be out of reach for them at this point here. 4:39 left in the fourth quarter, 27-6 in favor of the Dreadnaughts. But those sorts of things need to be addressed now. This one may be out of reach, but there's always next week. Prep for next week. Well, they're going to call it 1st and 10 for Dexter from the Bedford 41-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Reese Taylor in the shotgun. Ball is snapped. Hands it off. Number 32 gets hit in the backfield. Number 32 for the Dreadnaughts, Connor Roberson, as I'm being told it is pronounced. Loss of 1 on that play there. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 11 here. 4:19 and rolling here in the fourth quarter. 27-6 in favor of the Dreadnaughts. Dexter clearly bringing in some fresh personnel. Still at quarterback is number 3, Reeves Taylor. Going to have himself 2 receivers off to the right, 1 to the left, still in that shotgun formation. Roberson in the backfield with him. Ball is snapped. Hand off to Roberson again. Manages to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So gain of about 1. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Dreadnaughts here. Clock continues to roll. 3:34 here left in the fourth quarter. This one looks to be out of the reach for the Mules with it being 27-6. Bedford definitely rotating in some fresh personnel. Bergerman coming off the field right now. He'll get a little bit of rest. Coming in, number 19 for the Mules. That is Ulrich. Shotgun formation for the Dreadnaughts. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball is snapped. Hand off again to Roberson. Roberson picks up a couple. Not much doing there. Looks like he got to about the 40-yard line. So gain of 1. That'll bring up 4th and 9 for the Dreadnaughts. Bedford really right now, the second string players out there on the field. We are getting a little into the depth chart given the situation here. Normally you prefer it to be the other way, but this is a situation where if you're on that second slot in the depth chart, you can make a big play, couple good moves. That can really help you as a player get a little further up. And I know that's going to be part of the consideration for a number of these people on the field for both sides here. Roberson getting some snaps there for the Dreadnaughts as their running back. Now have a flag on the play. Not even really the play. Delay of game on the Dreadnaughts, so that's going to back them up a little bit more. But again, 2:05 there. Right now, the Dreadnaughts are clearing out their coach's box here in the press box. So this one really is all academic at this point. Ball at the Bedford 45-yard line. Dexter back to punt. 2:05 on the clock. Really no Mules back to receive it in particular. Snap is back. Punt is away. Gets to about the 20-yard line, takes a very favorable Dexter bounce. And Bedford may have touched that, which means touchdown. We'll see. Touchdown Dreadnaughts. Bedford did not treat the ball like the poison it was in that situation. Did not get away from it, so that is a touchdown for Dexter. And the Dreadnought fans are fired up on that. That is a rookie mistake in that situation when you are not going to be touching the ball. If you are on the offense, you treat that ball as poison. You get away from it. Bedford just too close to the situation there, ended up getting burned. Dexter, now we're getting a ruling here from the official. Looks like now he's going to have a chat with Phillips. They haven't put the points on the board yet, even though the touchdown was signaled. So we'll see what's doing here. Oh, apparently they're going to call it 1st and 10. Not quite sure the change of things there. Dexter pretty confident they had that touchdown there. It was even signaled as a touchdown, but they are not going to give it to them. Bedford will take possession from their own 10-yard line as the Dexter defense comes out onto the field. Mules already out there ready to go. Try to get some points for credit. Oh, no, they are going to give it to the Dreadnoughts. It was just that he was marked down there. So handoff from the 10-yard line. Dexter getting it down to about the 6-yard line there. That was an interesting turn of events. Apparently they just considered it down at the 10. Not able to get it into the end zone. So I would say Bedford dodged one there, but this situation, like I said, everyone's just playing for credit, trying to get a little something in the stat books for themselves. 1:20 and rolling here on the clock here at Groganstown Field, Bedford Community Stadium. 27-6 in favor of the Dreadnaughts. It looks like Dexter maybe going to the victory formation. So, yeah, that will bring this one to a close. They'll probably have to kneel it one more time, but they've got the luxury to do that. As Dexter is trying to get their crowd fired up, that student section over there definitely energized, as it looks like Dexter will improve to 3-0. Bedford falling to 2-1 as we wrap up this first third of the regular season. Next week, Bedford up in Ann Arbor to take on the River Rats. Again, in the victory formation for the Dreadnaughts. Ball is snapped, take the knee, and that should pretty much do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've played 4 here in Temperance. Your final 27, Dexter, Bedford 6. We'll be back in 1 minute with some post-game thoughts. You're listening to Bedford Football Radio.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you've made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. Get free tips to help boost your retirement savings now at aceretirement.org.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Welcome to tonight's post-game show presented by Kicking Mules Productions. Let's head out to the stadium for a recap of the game with your host, Dan Roth.
Grade 4 here in Temperance, and your final is 27 Dexter, Bedford 6. And this clearly did not go the way the Mules had intended here, really struggling to get anything going. And it really goes back to some of the things I brought up here in the keys to the game. Bedford just with a plethora of mistakes that ended up shooting themselves in the foot. A couple lateral passes ended up going backwards, costing them a bunch of yards. Number of fumbles on the snap. And after by game three, you hope those issues have been addressed. But clearly the Mules struggling tonight. So that is your final. I want to thank you for tuning in. My name is Dan Roth. Also want to thank Joe Kuchar, our technical expert at Mission Control. Your final, 27-6, Dexter. You've been listening to Kicking Mule Radio.
Bedford Varsity Football is a production of Kicking Mule Productions and is solely responsible for its content. No portion of tonight's game may be rebroadcast without the prior written consent of Kicking Mule Productions and Bedford Public Schools. Announcers for tonight's game were chosen in conjunction with Bedford Public Schools, and portions of this program have been pre-recorded. Speaking for Dustin Kress, Dan Roth, and everyone involved in tonight's broadcast, this is executive producer Joe Kuchar inviting you to join us next Friday night at 6:45 p.m. for another exciting Kicking Mules matchup. This is Bedford Varsity Football, presented by Kicking Mule Productions.